Show him the ways, moving to Hollywood, moving to Hollywood. It's up his ways, moving to Hollywood. He's moving to Hollywood. Show him his ways, moving to Hollywood.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is December the 6th, 2018. And before I begin the video, I do want to apologize if you happen to hear any noise within my background. Those of you who have been listening to me, y'all should already know where I am at. But anyway, let me jump straight into the point. This beautiful young lady that you see on the camera, okay, she ended up crossing paths with Aarona the other night through a live. Now, Aarona Lopez does a lot of lives. It's very rare that she actually answer the request for people to join the live. Well, Janae, being what we consider to be a newbie, she's only been watching Aarona for the past 2 weeks. She had the lucky chance of getting into the live and asking Aarona direct questions. Surprisingly, Aarona did answer the majority of them. But when they started to get too hard for her, the live ended. But before the live ended, Aarona, of course, was getting very defensive, okay? So, we all were talking about it because, again, we all have been watching Aarona for the past going on 2 years now. So, you know, she is a very interesting person. So, Aarona did another live. Within that live, like I always tell y'all, or just anything on social media, you want to find out more information, look at the comments. Somebody that was in Arona's live commented about Janae again and was saying that she had done a live of her own on her own Instagram channel and that we should check it out because it was very interesting. I go and do that, and boy, were they telling the truth, all right? What ended up happening was Janae was on live. Another person who goes by Natural Hair World came into the live and basically came bringing a whole bunch of information, all right? A lot of the information I can confirm because I myself have been around since the beginning of when Arona's life started spiraling out of control publicly, okay? I also have spoken to a family member of Aarona, but Natural Hair World has spoken to a family member as well, but more in depth, okay? So that is why I am saying that I can confirm a lot of the things that she is saying. Now, other things that were said within the video, naturally, I cannot confirm or deny, okay? All of this is allegedly from my point of view because I want to protect myself, okay? Because there are some big names that are mentioned within this video, okay? And also, when it comes to Janae, I did ask her permission to use the audio and to also use her picture and her Instagram handle, and she did grant me that permission. So, Janae, I would like to thank you for doing that. Everybody else, it is okay, she said, for you to go and follow her. She got some great things going on her page. Please go and check her out. Also, the live that she did, I did cut it down considerably because there were a lot of parts that I felt were irrelevant within there. I just wanted to get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think and leave it in the comments. And again, thank you, Janae. Bye, y'all.
My phone died. Yeah, she don't got to show her face.
I'm just showing y'all my living room, my little fireplace and all that. Okay.
It's so nice.
Thank you, boo. Thank you. So here's the deal. So police is on the phone with me, guys. And I can see them on the live at the same time. It was crazy. He's asking me how to calm her down. Aarona was going buck-ass wild. When I tell y'all, NYPD never beat Aarona up. They did not. Y'all, I was watching them. The world was watching them. They did not. They finally calmed her down, and they got Aarona in the police car. Now, listen to me, y'all. Listen carefully. because this is going to dispel a lot of the lies that you've heard. When Aarona got to Bellevue, check it. A lot of the nurses in this live, or a lot of people that are nurses, could attest to this. When you get there, they assess whether or not you stay.
Right.
They can't keep you based on what people are telling them on the phone.
That's standard. That's any state.
Yes. They assessed Aarona. Okay. Yes, they did look at Arona's Instagram. They assessed Aarona and they said, well, you need to stay for observation. Now, Bellevue has a 3-day policy. If in 3 days the doctor doesn't come by and say, hey, you know what, we think you good, you could go ahead and go, then Bellevue will let you go. You know, if we you need to stay, brother, then Bellevue will let you go.
Hours.
The doctor came and said, no, you need to stay. And Aarona was there for 2 weeks. And yes, she's right. The psychologist did go to her Instagram and look at her Instagram, but that was only because Lisa, her sister, who I called that same night and asked her to help me call the hospital to tell them the truth about Aarona, told them to. Look at her Instagram. Look at her dedications to this man. Look at her stalking. This isn't right, you guys. At the time, she was in New York going by this man's office. Y'all, this got real. She was going by this man's office and got put off the property. We told the doctor this information as well. Based on all of that and their initial findings of assessing Aarona themselves, they kept Aarona for 2 weeks. They did not release Aarona because Aarona was well. That is what Aarona said. They released Aarona because Aarona had no insurance. And as you know, everything in this country is about money. So they gave her the medicine. Yes, they did give her a diagnosis of bipolar 1 with psychotic tendencies.
Oh, wow.
That is her diagnosis. Bipolar 1, because there's 1 and there's 2. There's 1. 1 is the worst one with psychotic tendencies. She got out 2 weeks later. After going to court, the judge let her go because she didn't have any insurance. She got out. She threw the medicine in the trash. She went about her business. Now, let's fast forward. She started going to this thing called party and bullshit, which was something that is thrown by one of 50's friends. Okay, she was going every Monday because the party's every Monday. They pulled her aside on live, and anybody in this live that's been here since New York may have seen this, and told her, you cannot come back. We know what you've been doing with our boy. We know you've been in Bellevue. What you're doing is not cool. We know you've been by the office. You cannot come back. And that's when it got really real. That's when he told them to tell her, look, you got to leave me alone. I'm going to get a restraining order if you keep running around saying I'm having your baby and all of that. That's not cool. His friends told her that and then put her off the property. You think that stopped her? That did not stop her. Now, you guys have seen everything else about her jumping from state to state to state to state. Now, let's get into why her family does not like her. I know you mentioned your family wouldn't give up on you, and I agree with that, but they tired. Listen, Aarona has burned every single bridge she has ever had. She's come back to Chicago after being in New York forever, lying on them people, talking about the house was hers and Tony, the brother, took it. That's not true. The mother left that house to Tony, not Aarona. Aarona came in. Tony had somebody living in it, like a tenant. She came in on the tenant because he didn't change the locks, which I don't know why. She came in on the tenant in the middle of the night, scared the hell out the tenant. Tenant had to call the police to get her put up out of there, man. Aarona has burned every bridge. She started staying with her uncle. And then she got on there and started talking stuff about him stealing from her, so the uncle put her out. Then she was staying with her cousin Riri. Riri put her out. Aarona has burned every single bridge. Lisa and Mike did go to New York to try to get her. And she just cussed them all out. They tired. So, you guys, when I tell y'all I know the deal, I know the deal. Aarona, everybody's saying is not crazy. She's just a scammer. Aarona is disturbed. Aarona is deeply disturbed. And Aarona needs medication.
So, those of y'all that like to tear Aarona up on her lives, does this make you feel bad? Like, do you feel like we're helping her or hurting her by watching her lives? Like,
I think we're hurting her because aside from that, Aarona has an addiction to social media. And
is she on drugs at all? Do you know?
Said that no.
Drugs.
What her family said, no. We don't. They ain't said nothing to me about it lately. They don't know what she's doing now that she's back in LA. But as of
if she did actually ever deal with 50.
Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay. So let me get into that. Here's the stories, guys.
Not blocked from her page either, right?
Here's the stories, guys. Deion Cole did beat her. Okay, let me dispel some of the rumors. Deion Cole beat her. She did live with Deion Cole for a number.
Who is this? Because y'all, I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I'm not celebrity chaser, none of that shit. I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
So Deion Cole is a comedian. What did he write for Conan? And he was a stand-up comedian for a while, and now he's on Blackish.
Okay.
And so Deion Cole, she lived with Deion Cole for a while, and her sister Lisa tells me that yes, she lived with Deion for a while, about a year. Deion did break a rib. There were photos that Lisa said she saw. Lisa told the doctor this, that there are photos that she saw where yes, Deion broke her rib. So that much is true. It was a long.
You said broke her wig. You said broke her wig, though. I'm sorry, that was funny. Go ahead.
Oh, man, no, her rib. Sorry. Lisa broke her. Deion broke her rib. 50. Let's get into that. Yes, she had a fling with 52 years ago, and he used her. What can you say? That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you feel like he got
never recovered. What you say, baby?
Do you feel like he got her blackballed? Who are you talking about, Deion? I'm reading some of the comments. You feel like Deion got her blackballed in the comedy game?
Nah, she wasn't never in it, y'all. She was never. I'm not hating on her at all. I'm the one that tried to help her, and they came to me, and some of the people in the live know this, and talk shit about me, and attack me for trying to help her. Call me fake, call me all kind of names. Y'all, I ain't never been fake. Why? What fake for? What? I tried to help her. At this point, my attitude.
I think she kind of used her for sex. Like, basically, it wasn't that serious to him, and she wanted it to be more.
That's it.
I mean, just typical. Nothing new here.
And she never got over it. She never got over it. Now, somebody in your live, I don't know, CK Washington is still here, says that she tried the same thing with Diddy, though. So that's very interesting. I had never heard that. CK, are you here? CK Washington? One of the, she was here before. She said she tried the same thing with Diddy, but I never heard that. But I tell you, she was in love with 50. That much is true. And it was about 2016, and it was a hotel. It was a 5-star hotel. And he invited her, and she went, and they did what they did, and he cut it off, and Aarona never moved on. Now, Aarona thought that because they had that sexual interaction, that she would be on 50 Central. But get this, he chose Jazzy. So any of you that has been watching, that has seen her hate on Watch Jazzy, that's why. Because he chose Jazzy over her.
Somebody said what made her go to Atlanta.
You know what? Somebody in the live suggested that she go. And Aarona is a very, part of bipolar is you're very, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys call it free-spirited. It's just pretty much called erratic.
I know what you mean.
So she just jumped up and went. It was like, you know what? I'm tired of being here. Let me try something else. So she jumped up and left Chicago, and she went to Atlanta. And, then jumped up from Atlanta and then went elsewhere.
Impulsive is the word. Good one. She said impulsive.
Impulsive. Yeah, somebody used the word impulsive. That's the word, impulsive. Mm-hmm. Very impulsive. You there?
She's definitely impulsive.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's black. Her family said she was really bad with money, you guys. So for all of y'all that are donating, I'm here to tell y'all it's not going to change. It's going to make matters worse. You giving her money is going to make it worse. Her lifestyle will never
watching
change.
the lives, commenting, and this is what I meant about famous versus infamous. Like, she doesn't care if the attention is negative or positive. She wants it.
Yes.
I feel like that's why she didn't block me, and that's why I don't think she got off the live. I think Instagram cut off the live because it was over an hour. But her views were higher than they usually are. And I feel like she likes that type of attention.
Yes, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive.
Right. Yeah, you can tell.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. She's going to take it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, we all know people like that. We all know people.
You know what would kill her world? And I know it's hard for people to do it because everybody is so interested in her behavior. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But you know what would kill her? Is if everybody stopped watching her.
The question is, would it kill her literally? Because mental health is real. Like, we're laughing and joking about this, but at the end of the day, if something wants to happen to her, I think most of us who have any type of conscience would be like, okay, was I a part of this? Like, I think that's what started all of this for me, was just trying to figure out, like, okay, is this lady on drugs? Like, what exactly is the problem? Because at this point, getting rooms for somebody you feel like is homeless is what, is what some of us do because we think it's right, but actually it's enabling her.
Yes, it is.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. But you brought up a good point, though. Would it actually kill her? Would she commit suicide if she was not watched? Because we are essentially all she has.
Right. That's why she gets her room numbers. That's why she provides the information she provides.
Yep. Wow. I mean, it's really sad, but here's the deal. So many people tried to help. Does anybody in this live remember when she got $3,000 from people at the very beginning? Is anybody here? I can see the comments. Does anybody remember back in New York when they did that first GoFundMe and they raised $3,000? Anybody at all? I know Little Rail. I don't know.
I'll act manic too. I'll act manic too on the live if it got me $3,000. I ain't lying or nothing, y'all.
No, her sister got it while she was in Bellevue. She didn't see any of it. So I tell y'all the tea.
Camera too.
I'll tell you the tea. The sister spent that shit on rent. The sister spent that. So when she says my sister took that money and spent it on herself and I didn't see any of the money, that's true. Lil Rail, the comedian, donated $1,000, and then everybody else came together for the $2,000. Her sister spent that shit on rent. She got around probably about a good $50 worth of stuff, girl, and the rest of that shit went on rent.
Child, this
and I thought that was really nasty of Lisa.
I mean, was Aarona living with her? She had to keep a room.
No, but Aarona was in the psych ward. Aarona was in the psych ward at the time. So when everybody donated that money, it was for her to have a coat. It was for her to have sweaters. Because remember, that was before all the craziness. So we was all bleeding hearts for Aarona. So we put that money in there for coats, sweaters, hats. Aarona didn't have any of that. And so Lisa took that money, girl. Lisa spent that shit. And here's the deal. Want to know some OT? When I got to New York, because I went there too. And I had a few clients there to take care of. And I figured, well, let me take care of my clients, and I'll be here just in case Lisa needs support. Not only did Lisa take the $3,000 and spend the money, but at the time, Lisa and Mike were there in New York together so that they didn't have to spend that money on, like, hotels and airfare and food, which is what we gave it to them for, so they could get there comfortably and take care of Rhonda. They tried to come in my room and sleep in my damn room. Little ass room. Lisa and Mike both tried to come sleep in my room. All so they can keep as much of that money to themselves as possible.
Well, here's my thing. If she couldn't handle me, I don't see how she gonna handle Dr. Phil.
Okay, so here's the tea with that. Here's the tea with that. I called the producer yesterday.
Oh, Lord.
I called the producer, and I did not call to troll. I called Keyshawn. His name was Keyshawn. I called Keyshawn because I was like, listen, I've been here from the beginning. I know Lisa. I know Mike, all them. Let me tell you, if you have Aarona on your show, you need to know what you're truly up against. You listen to her and be convinced on anything. Here's the truth. And that's when I was told that they were never really interested in booking Aarona. That if they did it, it would be a more intervention type thing, and that Arona's family didn't want anything to do with it, and so they didn't want to deal with it.
Well, maybe she need to try Steve Wilkos, because she need help.
At this point, I'm here to tell you, after all of I know, do you guys know that she went to the psych ward twice? That first it was, Bellevue, then it was Harlem Hospital? Okay, so Aarona tried to do a doctor.
And why did she just tell me she never had a psych eval? She was never evaluated. Why
she was there twice. She was there twice. She was in Bellevue back in December of 2017. And 2 months later, in February of this year, she was put in Harlem Hospital. She was in Bellevue for 2 weeks. She was in Harlem Hospital for about 2 weeks.
Ayanna would not tolerate her disrespect. I got more patience than Ayanna. Somebody said Ayanna would deal with her. Ayanna don't have patience for disrespect, beloved.
Well, these people deal with people that voluntarily want to be helped, even though on the show they act like they don't. Aarona doesn't want to be helped.
But I don't think anybody wants to be homeless. I don't think anybody wants to be in the situation she in.
Okay, here's where you're wrong. Not true. Remember, she was with Tanya, and in that warm, comfortable space, she was miserable the whole time she was with Tanya. What she's doing is what she wants to do. She was so miserable while she was in that woman's townhome. And the lady had a dog. Lady had a really nice home, quiet, peaceful. Aarona was miserable the whole time because Aarona didn't get to do this. Aarona wants to do this.
Her live videos.
Yes. Aarona likes drama. That pizza that she said that people sent to her house, she sent that to herself. All of this drama that you guys see, that you're enjoying so much, Aarona cooks
So do you
something
really
just
think
for you.
people bust into her hotel room and call all up there and all that? Because, like, what are they saying? What are y'all saying when y'all call up there? If there's anybody in this live who actually call up there, what are y'all saying to make these people bust in her room? Or you think it's not actually happening? I think her phone died or something. I don't know. I'm gonna remove her and she could come.
Hey, y'all.
Our Christmas tree back, y'all.
I'm sorry about that. My phone died, but no, I think what I was telling you guys right before we died is that, or the phone died, was that her cousin Mike was saying he was very concerned about people giving her money because as long as you do that, that's going to continue to enable this lifestyle that she's living, y'all. She's never, ever, 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 ever going to seek help. Think about it. If you drive a person all the way to the bottom where they don't have a choice, you know, they're gonna do what they have to do. But as long as you keep giving money, she doesn't have to do it, and she's not gonna do it. And that's what scares me. I mean, come on, she get on there and say, "Hey, Seth, I need $25 just today," and they gave it to her. You know, "Hey, I need this, I need that," and they give it to her. I don't understand that. Why would anybody do that?
The kindness of strangers, I guess.
But here's the thing: is that kindness, or are they feeding into this because they want to see the show continue?
I don't know, because I'm too cheap to really understand that concept. If I'm going to give, I'm going to give out the kindness of my heart, not for entertainment. I could go to the movies for that.
Right. I get you.
But,
well,
you know,
the movie ain't the same as real life, though.
Sometimes it's hard for me to understand insanity, because I try to stay away from it. So that was the reason why I started to ask her direct questions. I didn't expect her to actually answer.
Yeah,
but
I was surprised she was going to lie with you as long as she was. I thought she was going to hang up on you a long time.
And did you see, I was trying to be so, like, don't be judgmental, you know, watch how you say things. But she didn't get defensive until I started asking them real questions. Like, I know she's not lying about not using drugs because she answered that too fast and she was real calm and she didn't get upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
But she get upset when you ask her some shit and she know it's a lie.
Well, see, I think in the black community, though, we don't have a full understanding of exactly what mental illness is. Did you know that bipolar ran in our family?
And that's definitely a genetic disease.
Yes, bipolar runs in her family, according to her sisters. And, yes, Aarona is suicidal, guys. I mean, that's another thing that you guys need to understand. Aarona is suicidal. Aarona has made suicidal threats before. They were subtle, but she has made them. She told her sister one day, "What you guys gonna all do when I'm not here?" She has hinted around to suicide. Now, also, the reason why she can't see her niece and nephews is because they don't trust her. I mean, look at her behavior. It's a little scary. And when she was around the kids, she tried to force the kids to call her Mrs. Jackson. And this really concerned the sister. You know,
No.
girl.
No.
She tried to force the kids to call her Mrs. Jackson, so they don't see her behavior as being stable enough to be around the kids. So, you know, there's a lot going on that you guys just don't know. Her family, you know, they tried. I mean, they ain't the best family, but they tried. I know Lisa spent that $3,000 and that wasn't right, but at least she flew out there and tried though, and it wasn't gonna work. Aarona wasn't gonna budge. So, as far as will Aarona get help? As long as y'all keep sending money, the answer is no.
As long as we keep watching, she ain't either.
No, it's going to continue and it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. It's sad. It's been going on over a year. I mean, over a year. I've never seen anything like this.
Does Aarona get a Social Security check? Does she get welfare?
No, Aarona has no benefits at all except food stamps. Yeah, Aarona owns food stamps.
Well, it's the beginning of the month, so that's why she got all the food and stuff, and she could buy double sandwiches and stuff now.
Yes, and them chips and all that crap, that junk food that you guys see, that's all food stamps. Now, the pizza and all that, the Starbucks, those are donations.
I can't even afford Starbucks. I got to get Dunkin' Donuts.
No, I went today and got a latte, and it was only a tall, and it was $6. Now, imagine being out all day.
Exactly. I could get 3 coffees for that.
Yeah, I mean, but this is how much money, they're giving us. Giving us some money, man. She's getting real money from people.
I'm telling y'all, read on Linda Bishop. Tell us about Linda Bishop. Who is Linda Bishop? We're going to find, you know who Linda Bishop is?
So Linda Bishop is a lady that was found in an abandoned house after she had starved herself to death. Linda Bishop was a schizophrenic who believed that if she died, she would be closer to her husband. And she wanted to be with her husband. The crazy part about it is Linda Bishop didn't have a husband. The person she was referring to as her husband was not dead. He was alive, and he was married to someone else. And he was a man that she developed a crush on, I think, after seeing him around town. They're comparing that to Aarona because, Linda Bishop, just like Aarona, had this crush on somebody that was unattainable and had delusions and just wasn't going to listen to reason. Now, she found her way into an abandoned building, and she starved herself to death. So after about, how long was she in that building, guys? Was it like a month? A month? With no food? About a month? She ended up dead.
Oh, no.
And it's on YouTube. What is it? Not Amazon, but it's on Netflix. It's called God Knows Where I Am. You should watch it. Yeah. But Aarona is bipolar 1, and Linda Bishop was schizophrenic. Sometimes they have a lot of symptoms that are similar, but they're a little different. If you notice Arona's mood, guys, you notice how Arona's moods go up, where she's inflated and happy and about to go and do a lot of projects, and then they go all the way down when she's crying and depressed. Well, that's bipolar.
Yeah. And she probably manic depressant.
Yes. Too. Now, the danger of that is when they get too low, they can get suicidal.
Right.
So a lot of times when y'all hear that she's saying, I don't want to be here anymore, I can't do this, she's probably telling the truth. Mm-hmm. She's probably telling the truth. Her sister said that she has had a lot of suicidal conversations.
What's up with her legs? Is that a health condition?
So I saw her running while she was in Chicago, and I actually took a picture, not to be funny, but just because I wanted to show it to a doctor that I know and ask him. Yes, it is fluid retention. A lot of homeless people, especially those that walk around a lot, bad diets, they have that. And even like when she's sitting really long, and he said like in Starbucks all day and drinking coffee like that caffeine, yes, that can cause that. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a medical condition.
Lord. She's too young for all of that. I feel bad, y'all.
Yeah, it's really sad. Hey, guys, you know what? The interesting part about it is I ran into Aarona while she was in Chicago at the mall. And I'm here to tell you, aside from everything that I heard other people say, I don't know how spiritual you guys are, but man, that was very demonic. I was standing next to her at Starbucks, and she didn't know it was me. She didn't know who I was. She's heard my name, and if you guys have heard my name is Takesha. So she brings my name up a lot. Says my name is ghetto. She talks shit about me because she only knows that someone named Takesha is the person that had her admitted into Bellevue. But anyway, I was in line, and she was standing behind me in Starbucks. Now, what was really weird is that even though she never looked at me once, I could tell she was paying attention to me. So when we were in line, she got really, really close to me. Like really, really close to me in line. And I was thinking, damn, what the hell is, why is this woman so close? She stood really close to me, but never looked up from the phone. She never made eye contact. When we got up there to pay for our drinks, the guy had a straw on the table. And I asked the guy, I said, I'm sorry, sir, is this my straw? And Aarona was like, no, it's mine. like real crazy and sharp and strong, but never looked up at me, not once. I'm telling y'all, man, I got this really creepy vibe from this chick, man. I don't know what everybody's religious beliefs is, but I know we talk about mental illness. That woman got all kind of demons on her. And I felt it just standing next to her.
Well, she plays around in spirits a lot, so.
Yeah, I mean, she got demons. And then somebody said, ooh, she got demons. Vanity, I can't see it. Vanity Snob. Yes, honey. I felt it. Even standing next to her, she got like up on me. And I don't know if it's because I'm a black girl and it was like, she never looks at you though. She will not make eye contact with you, but she will know you're there. And it's the strangest thing.
Because she probably snuck and took a picture of you.
You know what? I don't know because I was on live at the time. Because they were like, oh, go live. But I'm like, yo, she right behind me. I mean, this woman ain't finna cuss me out in front of all these people. So, you know, I went live to kind of show them I was there. And they wanted to see what she looked like without her holding the phone. But, man, I mean, it was creepy. I said, sir, is this my straw? She said, no, it's mine. I said, oh, shit, well, you can have it, boo. I mean, it's just, y'all talking about running up on her. Y'all better be careful. Demons are strong. Uh-huh. You know, demons are strong, bro. Y'all ain't on these demons if y'all want to. Shit, I'm gonna leave her alone. Look, I'm a film her from afar. Anybody that talks to you without looking at you is scary.
For real.
Everybody tell me I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna pull up. Shit, y'all messing with Satan. I'm not pulling.
She do sound just like her though. Beanie said, I don't play with demons.
She said she did, y'all. I was like, sir, is this my straw? No, it's mine. I ain't Satan. Said, you can hide a straw. Said, I'll get another one.
True.
No,
she
but
probably transfer her demons through a live on me, y'all. I'm gonna need some prayer.
No, but y'all better leave that gay dude that's messing with her and stuff. Y'all better leave that girl alone. I'm dead ass.
What did the gay do?
He pulled up on her. He pulled up on her twice. The second time he had Joelle with him. Do you know the story about Joelle?
Speak.
Joelle got her a room and then turned around and kicked her out of it. And, you know.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was pretty sad. I don't know the whole story behind that. She did something pissed her off. So Joelle went and threw all the shit outside and took the room back.
By him.
But, somebody said give her the tea. So Joelle met her at some place. She was, needing a room, and Joelle met her and said, hey, I'll put you in the room. And she put Aarona in the room. Now, Joelle gay. I do believe Joelle wanted some action. I do. And Aarona wasn't going. So Aarona took the room and wouldn't answer Joelle's calls, and Joelle wasn't having it. So Joelle went back in the room, threw all the shit out, and kicked Aarona out the room, and called her a homeless bitch and laughed and drove away. And so I was crying and all that. I don't know the whole story behind that, but the gay dude and Joelle are friends. So just the other day, the gay dude and Joelle showed up at Starbucks where Aarona was messing with her. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all messing with demons. Y'all don't know what. You think that girl by herself? That girl is not by herself. She with a bunch of stuff y'all can't see. Y'all better leave that girl alone. They done picked everybody up and threw their ass across the damn room, and y'all like, wait, where'd you get this strength from? No, I don't know what y'all messing with.
Well, stop. Does anybody else have something to add to this?
Yeah, I know I'm starting to get boring. Anybody got questions? I mean, I tried to answer everything as best I could. As far as she really did sleep with Fifth, yes. She really did have a relationship with Deion Cole, and he really did beat her, yes. Her family, she's pretty much fallen out with because she's burned all her bridges. Yes, she does have a mental illness. She has bipolar. And yes, she was in a psych ward twice. And yes, both times she was given medicine.
Somebody said, so her and Deion did really date?
Yes. They were in a relationship for 2 years. And they were living together.
Somebody said, what about Diddy? You know anything about that?
One of your followers, CK Washington, came in about that. I had heard that. I don't know. Her sister never really talked about that. But the followers have been saying that she tried to do the same thing with Diddy, but didn't have photos of Diddy, so it really didn't work. And she switched to 50. I don't know too much about that one, but I know she really is in love with 50. But here's the deal, though, y'all. I called her trolling 50 from another account. And I even screenshotted the comments where she tells people in his comments, I hate him and my story will be heard and he will not ignore me. So what I'm telling y'all is that this in love thing she has a secret hate for the man and the way he's treated her too.
Somebody said, what about Nick Cannon?
I mean, he had on Wild and Out. I don't think she liked Nick. I mean, who do? No, but she hates 50. She's in love with 50, but she hates him for how he's treated her. So I'm telling y'all, 50 better watch his back because she's not gonna let it go.
She got the right one.
Were you watching when she tried to get up on him in Chicago? Did anybody see that?
Anybody?
Did anybody see when she tried to go to the club that he was at and his security recognized her? Beanie said yes. Someone said that ain't no secret every time she hits a low. And someone else said yes. So she tried to get up on him. You know, some of the followers gave her a little money so she didn't look as raggedy as she does. And she went to the little club. It was her birthday. And child, those security guards, they recognized her and stopped her from rushing him in VIP. She was bold. She was trying to get to that nigga. She's been trying to get to that nigga for a year. He better watch his back, though. Because a woman can cause just as much damage as whoever shot him 9 times.
For real, for real.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she is on that ass, and she's not letting go.
Somebody said, I know 50 looked dead at her ass.
He did. He did. And pretended he didn't see it. And I think the security guard or his security was laughing at her. Because I know she was crying for like 2 days saying, I can't believe he did me like that. Well, here's what he did that she wouldn't say. He looked dead at her and he told the security to get her ass out of there. So they told her and they took her and escorted her out. Now, this is according to her family. She got escorted out. And that was the end of that. You know, she been trying to get to 50 for a while, but he ain't stupid. Like I said, he better watch his back, man, because a crazy-ass woman can hurt you just as bad as a nigga with a gun.
Child, this is too much.
Well, you know what, though? These niggas better be, running around screwing all these women that they do because they rich and not caring who they sleep with. You know, they better be careful with this. I don't blame him, but at the same time, they're just so messy with the way that they do what they do and the way they treat people.
Yeah.
I'm sure to read some of the comments. Does her family care about her safety? Not anymore.
They have, but at this point, they've kind of given up.
Mm-hmm. And someone said, well, why is she trying so hard? I couldn't read that. To get to New York. The Usher Stalker seemed dangerous, though. Yeah, I heard about the Usher Stalker. Shit, Aarona just as dangerous. She just ain't got no money. And Ryan does want to go back to New York because she knows 50's in New York. She'll get back there eventually. But here's the deal, too. I'll tell you before I go. Aarona doesn't want to go back to New York because everybody in New York, all those establishments know Aarona. So she can't really go sit in Dunkin' Donuts and the McDonald's and all of that because most of them are familiar with Aarona. So she doesn't have any place to hang out. That's one of the reasons she's not in New York. Because think about it, she stays in the same radius every time she goes places and she frequents the same Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. Well, if she goes to New York, she'll be in Manhattan and she's pretty much played it all out there. So I know where to go.
It's so hard to be homeless in New York. It's wintertime now, y'all. It's cold out here.
Someone said, I think Aarona is very dangerous. Aarona, I agree, guys. I'm telling y'all, I don't know who's with the spiritual, and I'm not talking about the spiritual she's on. I'm talking about God. Some in that woman. Some is on that woman. And I felt it when I stood next to her. And I'm telling y'all, 50 better watch his back. Because all this joking and jiving and laughing we doing, I don't think he's safe. I think if he lets his guard down, and I think if Aarona can get to him, I think she's going to hurt him. And I've been telling her family that since last year. He crushed that girl. And I don't think she's going to let go.
Damn, even though she played it.
Hey, so pretty, so vain.
So it was just a hit it and quit it with her and Fifth?
Yeah, for him. Yeah, but you know, because he's so arrogant. He feels like he got all that money. He's untouchable. Shit, ain't nobody untouchable. You want to get somebody, you gonna get him.